have to recognize that we have the capacity to mobilize thousands, tens of thousands and more. That's what Rock Against Racism and the Anti-Nazi League did. When John McDonnell made a call earlier last month for a new Anti-Nazi League, that spirit is what we need to pick up with and run with today. And it's in the light of that that I want to hand over now to Red, just to talk a little bit about what happened back then.
Thank you. I was hoping to read the original letter, but we don't have a copy. But what I want to say is that there were a couple of things that were absolutely vital back then that we need to do now if we're to have any impact on the current rise of fascism in Europe. And the left is not doing that enough at the moment, from my perspective. And that is the question of culture and art, which is was vital to Ra and the Anti-Nazi League, and is not being pushed enough now. If you look back, Ra was a very, very simple idea. Back in the mid-70s, to put black and white bands together on stage was a cataclysmic event. When we launched the first fanzine of ours, Temporary Hoarding, David Widgery, who was one of the original group of us that set up Ra, he wrote a beautiful one-paragraph manifesto. And at the heart of it was a very simple line. And it just said, what we want is now music. We want rebel music. We want music who knows who the real enemy is. We want music that breaks down people's fear of one another. And that was that simple paragraph on the front cover of Temporary Hoarding. And the other thing was the Ra Star. When I wrote the letter and sent it to the music press, and to our complete amazement got 500 letters back to our postal box address in Cotton's Gardens in East London, that within 4 months had been petrol bombed and the place was burnt to the ground, one of the first things that I did, because I'm involved in graphics and photography and theatre and stuff like that, that was my angle. I wasn't going for the 10-page fucking dialectical manifesto. I was going for strong, powerful images that sent the message across. And so I went straight to a really good designer, a bloke called Dave King, who died a couple of years ago. He's quite a legendary designer on the left. He did tons of Anti-Nazi League stuff. He did tons of Ra stuff. He did lots of stuff for the National Union, the Journalists Against Anti-Apartheid and all that. And I said, we need a logo. And he designed what is now known as the Ra Star. And so that mixture of that simple, powerful language with that graphics of the Ra Star, and then a year later, he designed the Anti-Nazi League arrow, and those were the things that just catapulted the whole thing off. And people would write letters to me and say, hi, my name's Susan, I'm from Aberystwyth, our geography teacher's a fucking Nazi. I love your letter, I hate racism, I love music. What can we do? And I'd write back and I'd say, hi Susan, you are Rock Against Racism, Aberystwyth, fucking get on with it. She'd write back and say, we need 20 t-shirts and 100 badges. And I'd go, sorry, you haven't got them. And whether she lived or died, in the sense that her energy would make Rock Against Racism, Aberystwyth survive and grow, and that's what we need now. We want people to wait around. This is a fucking urgent situation. We want people to get out there now, get organising gigs, start using your culture and your propaganda to fight these people, because they don't have any culture or propaganda. All they've got is Little England. You peel away the fucking Union Jack and there's a swastika underneath it. And that's what they had before, that's what the NF had, that's what the BNP had, that's what the EDL have. That's all they've got, is some romantic vision mixed in with Boris fucking Johnson and all this shit going on now about nationalist Brexit. That's what they're pushing and that's what they've got. But they have nothing to drive youth. We potentially do have something to drive youth. We have a passion for culture and music and multiracialism. And Ra and the A&L built this multiracial society. About a year and a half ago, myself and my friend Roger Huddle, who's part of the original Ra as well, we put a book together. and it's called Remembrances of Ra. And it's about 67 people talking about how they came to Ra, all over the country, all different things. And the amount of people who go, Rock Against Racism changed my life. You know, I was a 14-year-old poly thing, and just incredible. I thought, well, we never set out to change anybody's life. We just had a passion to stop the NF. And that's what we have to do, and that's what we need to do now. We need to get that passion. We need to get that energy of youth, because we've not got it at the moment. I don't know why or what, but it will come, because the will's in it. But whether it comes from some kid in Buenos Aires, or whether it's a kid in a shanty town in Bangladesh, wherever it is, it's got to fucking come, and it's got to come fucking soon. So everybody in Manchester has to get off their fucking asses and really push for it. Thank you.